His wife went to an OBGYN clinic once, and that same night, he decided to file for divorce. It wasn't impulsive. It was the end of 6 months of quiet calculation. That day, rain flooded the city. He opened the car app to turn on the AC early and saw the location parked outside a maternity clinic. He checked the in-car camera. A man's suit hung on the passenger seat. Tailored, expensive, and definitely not his. A message came into the next second. Their daughter was still waiting outside school, alone in the rain. She stood there clutching her backpack, too scared to move. She thought her parents were just late, not that they wouldn't come. He didn't call to confront anyone. He didn't lose his temper. He booked a ride for his daughter, then saved every record. His name was Daniel, co-founder of a company. He was never good at arguing, only at settling accounts. That night, Emily walked in looking exhausted. She said she had meetings all day. No time even for water. Her tone was natural, even slightly guilty. A lie she had perfected long ago. Daniel didn't expose her. He dried her hair, like always. Then he saw the fresh marks on her neck. In that moment, he felt no anger, only certainty. This marriage was over. He started with the accounts, tracing every abnormal transaction. Month after month, $5,000 transferred out, labeled advance, for half a year straight. $30,000. All leading to one name. Ryan? Someone he had never heard of. The next day, Daniel went to finance. He pulled full HR and payroll records. Ryan had been hired by Emily 6 months ago, officially an assistant, but paid like a senior executive, extra allowances, unlimited reimbursements. Every approval signed by Emily. The HR director lowered her voice. People had seen them leave together at night. When Emily was drunk, Ryan held her. His hands never stayed where they should. Daniel said nothing. He kept digging. Then came the larger discrepancies. Luxury watches, designer suits, sports car rentals, high-end villas, all expensed through the company. Not a single item belonged to the business. Everything went to the same man. That evening, Daniel sat across the street, watching the villa gates open slowly. A sports car drove out. Ryan was behind the wheel, young, arrogant, built out of money and illusion. Later that night, Emily walked into that villa with soup Daniel had prepared. On the phone, she told him she was still working late. The lie came effortlessly. Daniel turned off his phone. For the first time, he smiled, not from pain, but from confirmation. He hired a private investigator, pulled messages, emails, cloud backups. By morning, he had everything. The relationship started a year ago, from flirtation to dependence, from boundaries to complete collapse. Ryan played weak, made himself someone to be saved. Emily craved control, believed she was the one in charge. She said she no longer loved her husband. She said Daniel was easy, predictable, compliant. She had already drafted divorce papers. She planned to leave him with nothing. There was one note attached. He won't fight back. He never does. Daniel laughed out loud when he read it. For the first time, he saw himself through her eyes. Just a piece on her board. 1 week later, the company was hit with a tax investigation. Accounts frozen. Cash flow cut instantly. Projects halted. Clients walked away. It was precise, fatal. Emily panicked. She reached out to every contact she had. None of them responded. She didn't know this wasn't an accident. Daniel had flipped the switch himself. When all evidence was secured, he returned. In 1 hour, he took everything back. Funds, clients, contracts. That night, he went home, dropped the evidence in front of her, messages, transfers, property records, and the divorce agreement she had written. Right on top, Emily's face drained of color. She finally understood. This wasn't a fight. It was an ending. She asked if he did this, her voice shaking, afraid of the answer. Daniel didn't deny it, didn't explain. He handed her a new agreement. Company his, house his, child his, and she would pay the price. She broke down, said he was destroying her life. Daniel looked at her calmly. This isn't destruction. This is everything you did, returned to you. She tried to argue. Said she was deceived, said Ryan was sincere. Daniel said nothing. He played the final recording. Ryan's voice was relaxed, cold. He said once the money came through, he'd leave her. Said she was just a stepping stone, replaceable. In that moment, Emily collapsed completely. She finally understood. She was never in control. She didn't lose to a man. She lost to her own greed and arrogance. The next day, she signed. Her hand shaken so badly, she could barely write. When she left, she didn't dare look back. 6 months later, they met again at a party. She was no longer radiant, only tired and out of place. She said everyone betrayed her, said the world abandoned her. Daniel looked at her and said one thing: you weren't betrayed. You were consumed by your own choices. Then he turned and walked away. This time, he never looked back.